A blind spot monitoring system that uses cameras instead of radar sensors definitely does have its advantages. And one of those advantages is you can physically see what is in your blind spot. So does the blind spot monitoring system that uses the cameras work equally as well as a blind spot monitoring system that uses radar sensors? Well, as you're going to see, it's a completely different system and in many different ways as well. As you can see, this system does do a great job of detecting other vehicles when they're in your blind spots. And yes, being able to see that vehicle definitely does make you feel a lot more safer and confident when you're out driving on the road as well. But this is more than just a blind spot monitoring system designed to detect vehicles in your blind spots, because this BSM system also uses ADAS.
Make a front car.
And when you combine a BSM system with ADAS, you get features like that. And well, this technology is seriously so unbelievable that you're not going to believe everything that it can do. This is without any doubt the future for automotive blind spot detection, including overall driving safety as well. And in today's video, you are going to see why. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello and welcome to the channel, and I hope you like today's video. If you like smart home and automotive technology content, then hit that subscribe button because that's what you're going to see on this channel. Okay, so blind spot monitoring system installations and reviews are not uncommon to see on this channel. I have done a few BSM system reviews now on this channel, and you are going to be seeing a lot more in the future as well. A blind spot monitoring system generally consists of 1 or 2 radar sensors that you install at the rear of the car and which connect to some type of control unit. And when an object is detected in your blind spot area, when you're driving, your BSM system will notify you about this by usually flashing a light and sounding a buzzer that is mounted somewhere inside the car. Or in my case, in my side mirrors, because in my last blind spot monitoring video I did on this channel, I also installed BSM mirrors to my car as well. A blind spot monitoring system like this does work great, but the BSM system I am reviewing in today's video in some ways works even better. But it is also completely different to your standard BSM system, and it's definitely nothing like any other BSM system that you have seen on this channel before either. Because this BSM system doesn't use radar sensors at all, it uses cameras, and you don't need to install notification lamps or BSM mirrors or buzzers either, because this blind spot monitoring system is completely controlled using the Rearview Mirror. Now this is actually more than just a blind spot monitoring system, because not only does it also support all of the same features that a dash cam mirror does as well, but it also supports ADAS. This product is actually a ADAS BSM driving safety system and a dash cam all in one package, and it's from a car tech company called Blindspot. Now I bet a lot of you are sitting there right now scratching your heads and thinking, ADAS, what on earth is he talking about? And that's totally understandable, so let me explain. ADAS, spelled ADAS, stands for Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, and is a technology used by car manufacturers to make the driving experience of their cars as safe as possible for not only you, but other drivers on the road as well. So as an example, a lot of the higher end cars today are fitted with a safety feature that if you are following a car in front of you, and you are following that car very closely, your car will automatically brake to ensure the distance between that car and your car is at a safe distance. So if you needed to stop urgently, you would be able to do so safely. In fact, some cars fitted with ADAS will actually stop the car for you in an emergency. Anyway, that's just one example of ADAS. It actually gets a lot more complex than that, and includes a lot of other features as well. Now obviously the ADAS system of this mirror cannot do that, but it can warn you if it thinks the distance between your car and the car in front of you is too close and unsafe. It is actually going to be quite difficult to just describe exactly how this ADAS system works with this mirror, so let me show you instead. Okay, now while the ADAS features are mostly supported using the front view camera, the technology it uses is also used with the rest of the system as well. So let's start off with how the ADAS is used for front vehicle detection. When you're driving on the road in your car, To keep you and everybody else on the road safe, the ADAS system has been designed to detect any vehicle in front of you. So as soon as you start getting closer to approaching another vehicle that is in front of you, this will be detected by the ADAS system. When I say getting closer, I still mean over a long distance though, so well over 50 meters, but of course this distance will vary depending on your speed as well. It will detect another vehicle that is in front of you as soon as it comes into range, as well as from any angle as well. And if there are multiple vehicles in front of you, even cars that are parked on the side of the road, and even on both sides of the road as well, or coming towards you, it will detect all of them. And when detected, it will highlight that car, bike, truck, or whatever that vehicle may be in a green box, and it will display that for you on the mirror's display screen. When it notices a vehicle in front of you, it will then lock onto that vehicle and start monitoring the distance between that vehicle and your car. When you start to get really close, for example approximately 10 meters away from it, again depending on your speed of course, the mirror will then talk to you and ask you to notice the front car.
Notice front car.
Yes, it is incredibly accurate and also amazing technology. And because this ADAS system is able to detect the car in front of you at such an early stage, it makes it virtually impossible for you to get involved in a front collision accident, providing you're paying attention to the road, of course. Now, if you're within approximately that 10-meter distance again, for a long period of time, such as sitting behind a car at the traffic lights, the mirror will not stop talking until the gap between you and the vehicle in front of you is increased.
Notice front car. Notice front car. Notice front car. Notice front car.
Now, as I have already said, the way the ADAS system can detect a vehicle in front of you does also apply to a vehicle coming towards you on the other side of the road as well. But in this case, the ADAS system is clever enough to know that that vehicle is not directly in front of you, so although it will still detect it and highlight it in a green box for you to notice, the mirror itself, of course, will not give you a voice warning notification about it. The voice warning you receive will only apply to a vehicle directly in front of you. So, can the ADAS system be used as a front view parking monitor as well? Well, yes and no. It will certainly detect the vehicle that you are parking behind, but it cannot detect how close you are to it in regards to parking up very close right behind that vehicle. So as you can see that silver car in front of me, the ADAS system has detected it. It's got the little green box highlighted around the car. And when I drive up to that car now, it's going to tell me that there's a car in front of me, but it can't actually detect the distance between me and the car. So as I get closer, it's not really going to be much help as far as a parking monitor would go. So let's try it.
Notice front car. Notice front car. Notice front car.
So ADAS is pretty clever technology, right? But guess what? It's a lot smarter than just that. For example, the ADAS is so intelligent, it even knows when you're driving along a short and narrow road with cars parked on either side, of which, of course, would be a very dangerous road to try and pass another vehicle on. or a cyclist. So when a narrow road like this is detected by the ADAS system, it will verbally tell you not to move. It actually says don't groove, but what it's trying to tell you is the road is very narrow, so do not try to pass anything at the moment. So for example, like this.
Do not cross.
The ADAS system is only designed to detect objects in front of you that could become a potential hazard and cause an accident. But surely a person or cyclist or even a pedestrian walking out in front of you would be classed as a potential hazard, right? Yes, that is correct, and that is exactly why the ADAS system is also designed to detect people as well. So when a person is detected by the ADAS system, even if they're just walking along the side of the road, but close to the side of the road, not only will it highlight that person or people, because it will detect multiple people, in a blue box and display it on your mirror's display screen for you, but it will also verbally tell you that a pedestrian has been detected ahead as well.
Pedestrian ahead. Pedestrian ahead.
Okay, so as amazing as all of this is, and considering we have not even really got that far into the review yet either, this probably raises a question that a lot of you may be asking yourselves, and that is probably, how is it possible for the system to be able to do all of these incredible things using just 4 cameras and a rearview mirror? And I can answer that question for you in 2 words. Artificial intelligence. Yes, AI. This ADAS system is designed using AI, and that is how it is able to just use 4 cameras to be able to do all of these amazing things that you have just seen. But you know what, the crazy thing is, it can do so much more than what you have already seen so far. With that being said, let's continue on with the review. Okay, so apart from what you've already seen, what else do you actually get with the system when you purchase it? Well, as already mentioned, and as far as the features go, obviously it supports ADAS, and it also supports BSD as well, which stands for Blind Spot Detection, which is the blind spot monitoring feature of the device, which I will demonstrate to you later on. And it also supports LCA as well, which stands for Lane Change Assist, which I will also demonstrate to you at the same time. This is also a universal system as well, so it's compatible with all vehicles such as sedans, station wagons, coupes, including vans, SUVs, four-wheel drives, small-sized trucks, and even more. As I said before, it's also a dashcam mirror as well, as you can see. So it can be used just like a dashcam mirror, as it supports all of the exact same features. The mirror itself has a 12-inch IPS touchscreen, and it's also a 4-channel mirror as well, as you probably would have guessed. So yes, you can view the images from all 4 cameras individually or at the same time on the display screen of the mirror when you're driving. The front view camera is built into the mirror itself, just like any other dashcam mirror, and it can also be adjusted from side to side as well as up and down, so you can get the perfect viewing angle that you need. It is also a 4K camera as well, with a 170 degrees viewing angle, and it does display a very clear and high quality image as well. In the kit you are also supplied with this external rear view camera as well. It's rated at 1080p and has a viewing angle of 120 degrees, and because it needs to be mounted to the outside of the car, it is of course also waterproof with a rating of IP67. The rear view camera is also designed to be used with the mirror as a reversing camera as well, so you will need to connect this red wire here of the camera cable to your reversing light. And once done, this will send a signal back to the mirror itself, which will tell it to display the rear camera view on your mirror's display screen. So if I put the car into reverse now, as you can see, it displays the image from the rear camera and in full screen mode as well. And because it's been designed to be used as a reversing camera, this means parking guidelines will also be displayed on the screen as well, and they are also adjustable. Just as the height of the rear view camera is as well. So can this BSM system of this device also be used as a reversing system as well? Well, again, yes and no. So if there is a vehicle behind you and you want to reverse up to it, as I will do now, yes, the vehicle will be detected by the system and highlighted in a green box. And as you start to get closer to the vehicle, yes, the mirror will also beep at you to let you know that you are close. So it is able to monitor the distance between that vehicle and you, but only to a certain point. For example, when you start to get really close to the vehicle, such as approximately 2 to 3 meters away from it, it is then unable to actually detect the exact distance between you and the vehicle. So it's up to you to then decide when you need to stop. Of course, one great advantage with the system is the rear view camera, because obviously with the camera you are able to physically just see how close you really are, as opposed to just guessing, and of course that is when accidents can happen. Then we have the two side view cameras as well, which are used for the blind spot areas in which you need to install to the front fender of your vehicle. They are adhesive, so you can just stick them onto your car like that. Therefore there will be no damage done to the car at all. And just like the rear view camera, these side cameras are also rated at 1080p. They have a viewing angle of 150 degrees, and of course they are also waterproof as well, with a rating of IP68. The wires of these cameras are also protected by these thick sleeves as well, as the wires need to enter the interior of the car through the door jambs themselves. But this does, however, make installing the side cameras to your car also a very easy job to do as well. The side cameras are also supplied with this little tool here as well, which you can use to adjust the angle of the camera from side to side so the image is perfectly horizontally centered, which you want it to be. And to use this tool, you simply just insert it into the two holes here in the front of the camera. So push it into the holes like that, and then you just turn it in the direction you require until the angle of the image is perfect on the display screen of the mirror. Once you have installed both the rear and side cameras to the car, it should look something like this. As you can see, I have just temporarily mounted the rear view camera here and replaced it with another one of my rear view cameras, as I really did not want to add a fourth camera to the back of my car. I have already 3, and that looks weird, so adding a fourth would look even worse. I've already had another driver come up to me and ask me why my car looks like a spaceship from the back. I couldn't really argue with them about it either. With the addition of this BSM system that I have just installed, my car now has a total of 9 cameras installed to it. So yeah, it's getting a little bit ridiculous. And as for the side cameras, I have mounted those just here on the front fenders. I would have liked to have gone a little bit higher with the side cameras, but because of the turn signal lights, I wasn't able to do that on this car. With them being mounted at this height though, it's not going to be a problem in regards to the operation of the system. I just personally don't like the look of it, but that's just on this particular car. And having said that though, I would also not recommend mounting the side cameras any lower than this either. I'll just take you around the other side of the car so you can see the other camera. And this is really dark on this side of the garage, so I'll try and get a better angle for you. Hopefully that's going to come up clear on camera. Now I did measure the distance between the camera and the turn signal on both sides, so they look the same. Although you cannot see both sides of the car at the same time anyway, if they were uneven, this would definitely show up on the display screen of the mirror, and not only look awful, but would probably also be distracting to you, the driver, as well. One more thing I will mention in regards to the installation of these side cameras: please be very careful with the wires at this point of the camera, where it just comes around the front fender. This is a very fragile point, which could break very easily if you were too aggressive with them. So don't pull on them, just be very gentle. I would also recommend, even though the camera cables are a flat design, to just very slightly overhang the edge of the fender, again with the wire end of the camera, like that. Hopefully that shows up on camera clearly as well. Just slightly though, not too much. This will make it kinder on the wires when the doors open and close. Installing these cameras are very easy to do. In fact, the installation of this entire system took me about 3 hours in total. It is definitely the easiest BSM system I have ever installed before, especially if you're comparing it to the BSM Mirror installation that I did last time. That is an extremely complex and time-consuming job that will definitely take days to do. Now, all 4 cameras do of course also support night vision as well. So yes, the system obviously can work in the dark when you're driving at night. And from my experience, it also works equally as well at night as it does through the day. Everything can still be clearly seen from around the outside of your vehicle. Thank you. Oh, it's the cyclist. Sorry, everything can still be seen clearly from around the outside of your vehicle from all 4 camera views, even if it doesn't look like it at night time. Here's another cyclist.
Pedestrian ahead.
See, it detects pedestrians and cyclists very well at night time, and there's a perfect demonstration of that. This probably doesn't look very clear on camera, so I'll give you a closer look. So we've got the 4K front view camera here, the 1080p rear view camera here, and these 2 cameras on the side are the 1080p side cameras. So there's the left hand side camera, and there's the right hand side camera. Cars and pedestrians are still detected perfectly at night, as you've just seen, and even though it's advertised to work well in the rain as well, unfortunately I am unable to test that due to it currently being a scorching hot summer here in New Zealand at the moment, and with no sign of any rain on the way either. However, on a rainy day, this may be a scenario where a BSM system that uses the radar sensors may have a slight advantage, because while I cannot speak for this particular system, I can definitely confirm that a rear view camera when wet is no longer viewable due to the water being on my lens. So next time it rains, this will be an interesting test to try with this system. I will also keep you guys updated on this in the comment section below. Now you may be thinking, but without using radar sensors, how are the cameras able to detect objects? Well, thanks to the technology available today, you can get the same effect by using a camera in combination with software as well. The software of this mirror is designed to detect motion, and because it can do this, it means objects and distances can also be detected and calculated as well from any of the 4 cameras. In fact, software motion detection has been around for a really long time and is by far not a new technology at all. But over the years, this technology has now improved a lot more, making it even better to use with a system like this. Just like all other dash cams, apart from the installation work required to install the side cameras and the rear view camera, everything else is just plug and play. The mini USB port here is for the power supply, and it is also supplied with this buckline interface cable, which you will need to hardwire into your car's electrical system. The mirror does also have a small internal battery built into it as well, but this is only for the settings memory. It cannot be used to power up the device itself, so therefore the device must be permanently connected to your car's electrical system at all times. This hole here, next to the mini USB power supply port, is the AV input, where you plug the rear view camera into. This over here is the USB-C port, which you plug the side cameras into. These side cameras are actually connected together into a single interface cable, so you don't need 2 separate connections to be able to connect them to the mirror. And this here is the memory card slot. The video footage from all 4 cameras is of course also recorded onto a memory card that you need to insert into here and then format that to use the device. And this mirror will also support memory cards up to 256 gigabytes. This device also supports loop recording as well, so this means as soon as the memory card is full, the other video footage will just be overwritten. The cameras will not just stop recording altogether. The mirror does also have a on and off button as well here on the bottom of the mirror for you to manually turn the device on and off if you need to, but of course it is also controlled by your car's ignition as well, so it just turns on and off at the same time that you turn the car on and off. A short press of that button will also turn the display itself only on and off as well, if you wanted to turn it off so that you could use the mirror to see yourself, or if you found the display was a distraction to you. Another feature that this device supports is Wi-Fi monitoring. Using this feature, you are able to connect to the mirror over a Wi-Fi connection using an app on your smartphone. And then you are able to view live in real time what is happening from around the outside of your vehicle from any of the 4-camera views. The app you use to do this is once again the Rearview app, which is currently one of the most commonly used apps with dash cams and mirrors at the moment. So I'll just get out of the car, take you guys on a 360 degrees view around the car so you can see each view. Starting at the front of the car. So I'm at the front of the car right now. And then we need to tap on the screen of the app to change view. And go to the rear view of the car. Like that. Walking down to the rear of the car now. And I'm now at the rear of the car. Change view again. And this is the left-hand side camera. So this is a perfect example of what the side camera sees in your blind spots. So just start walking up the side of the car for you. Walk down the side of the car again. Change view again. And this is the right hand side camera, which I've just come into view now. So this is what the right hand side of the car sees in your blind spots. So with the side cameras and the rear view camera, basically the whole entire rear of the car is incredibly well covered. So anyway, that is how the Wi-Fi monitoring feature of this system works. Because you can use your smartphone to display any of the camera views on your actual phone screen, this does provide a huge advantage to you when you're driving as well, because this is incredibly useful, as you can have your side camera displayed on your smartphone, while at the same time have your rear camera view displayed on your mirror's display screen and in full mode, making it even safer for driving, because you now have a separate view on your phone that is completely dedicated to your blind spot area only, and in front of you, completely separate from the rear view mirror itself as well. You are also able to play back video footage, take snapshots and download any video clips from the mirror to your phone as well. And as you have already seen, this is of course also a fantastic security feature to have for your car, because it allows you to keep an eye on your car from inside your home, or if you park outside your office at work, then there as well. This feature only supports a distance of up to approximately 10 meters though. I have experimented with this feature many times with other devices as well, and the longest distance I have been able to achieve using my Android phone is just under 13 meters. Any distance longer than that will result in a disconnection between your phone and the mirror. But of course, if you are always within the required range, this is a seriously great feature to have and use. To improve the security of your car even more though, this device also supports parking monitoring as well. This feature is only supported using a supplied buckline interface cable and will monitor what is happening around the outside of your car when it is parked. The mirror has a built-in G-sensor that can detect any impact to your car getting hit or broken into, and when triggered will record what is happening from all 4 cameras, and then it will securely save this video footage to the memory card in a safe and secure location so it cannot be recorded over. When you then return to your car, you can then play back the video footage to see what happened. Of course, using the Wi-Fi monitoring feature, you can also play back and view this video footage on your phone as well. You don't have to view it on the mirror's display screen itself if you don't want to. Alternatively, you could also download the video footage to your phone, or just remove the memory card from the mirror and play it back on your PC or laptop as well. The parking monitoring feature combined with the Wi-Fi monitoring feature is the perfect combination for the security of your car. And now for the blind spot monitoring system. When you set the system up, all 4 cameras must be calibrated to the mirror first before using it. This is so the mirror can calculate the position and angle of the cameras on your car within regards to detecting other objects on the road and around you. This is very simple to do and it just takes a few seconds. You don't need cloth calibration sheets or anything like that to do it. The mirror just calculates everything it needs to by itself through the built-in software. And once done, this is how the blind spot monitoring system feature works. Just like when the ADAS BSM system detects a vehicle in front of you, when it also detects a vehicle from behind you and within your blind spot areas, and from a long distance away as well, it will once again highlight that vehicle in a green box for you. As soon as that vehicle in your blind spot area is detected in a range where it would be unsafe for you to change your lane, the mirror will then sound a loud chime and flash a red coloured signal on the side of the mirror display screen that the vehicle has been detected. But unlike a radar sensor controlled blind spot monitoring system, thanks to the side cameras that this system uses for its blind spot detection, you are also able to physically see the vehicle in your blind spot on the camera as well. So technically speaking, with the use of this system, you no longer have any blind spots around your vehicle anymore. I have to admit, using a blind spot monitoring system like this with the cameras does take a little bit of getting used to, mostly in regards to the calibration and setup of it. While the calibration process may be very quick and easy to do, and it is, that does not mean you have it calibrated as perfectly as you think you do. I have had to experiment with the calibration of it several times myself. You may have even picked up on a few false triggers watching this review as well, but that is no fault of the device itself, it's more so my incorrect calibration efforts. Please do note though that just like all other BSM systems, this one will also make mistakes as well, so it's important to always turn your head before making a lane change, because a perfect BSM system does not exist. All of them will and do make mistakes, including this one. Now, going back to the calibration of this particular system, again, once you have got it right, this BSM system, I have to admit, does work incredibly well. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, this device also supports LCA as well, Lane Change Assist. So what is this feature and how does it work? Lane Change Assist also works with the ADAS system, and so therefore is able to detect when you're driving in a 2-lane road. And because it knows this, it means it can also detect when you try to change lanes as well. So for example, if you start drifting from one lane into the other, but you are unaware you're doing this, for example, if you're falling asleep or if you're drunk and stupid, the LCA feature will bring this to your attention, with yet again another verbal warning.
Lane departure.
And that is how this ADAS BSM driving safety dashcam system works. Yes, it's very cool and it's very clever and it works very well. Being able to physically see what is in your blind spots definitely has its advantages. And being able to see what's happening around the entire car, not only from the front and rear view cameras but from the side cameras as well, is a lot better than what you can achieve using a standard 2-channel dashcam mirror, that's for sure. The blind spot monitoring features work really well, as does the LCA and other ADAS features as well. This system is very easy to install. The hardest part of the installation is really just installing the rear and side cameras. Well, actually, installing the cameras is not the difficult part, that's easy. It's basically just running the wires from the cameras into the car so you can connect everything to the mirror. That's where the job becomes more time consuming. One thing is for sure though, installing the cameras of this BSM system is a lot easier than trying to install BSM mirror lenses to your car. That job is definitely not for the amateur. But with this system providing you a comfortable working on your car, this should be a really easy installation job for you to do. In regards to the cost of this ADAS BSM driving safety system, at the time of this review it was approximately 185 New Zealand dollars, which when compared to the cost of a standard BSM system that uses the radar sensors, that is an unbelievable bargain, especially considering the extra features that you get with this system. Another great thing about the system is it also supports multiple languages as well, quite a few actually, so it can be used in many different parts of the world. So do I think this ADAS BSM driving safety system is better than your standard radar sensor controlled BSM system? Well, yes and no. Oh, that's a nice Ferrari. Just like all BSM systems, they only work well if they are installed correctly. With the radar sensor BSM systems, the mounting location and angle of the radar sensors is critical for it to operate correctly and be reliable. And this ADAS BSM system is no different. Of course, there are no radar sensors that you need to mount and install, but all cameras still need to be set up and then manually calibrated with the software. And for this ADAS BSM system to work reliably, correct calibration of the system is extremely critical. And if not correctly calibrated, the system will also false trigger and make mistakes just like all the other blind spot monitoring systems do when not installed and set up correctly. Of course, the advantages that the system has with its ADAS technology and its cameras definitely has huge benefits. So of course, for that reason alone, yes, a ADAS BSM system like this is better than a standard radar sensor controlled blind spot monitoring system. The technology is amazing and no one can deny that. And with that being said, that now brings us to the end of another video, and thank you so much for watching. I will put a link in the description area below for anyone who is interested in purchasing one of these ADAS BSM systems for themselves to install to their own car. Now, I know there will be a lot of you probably wanting to ask a lot of questions about the system, and that's perfectly fine, so I'm here to help and am always available in the comment section below. If you liked this video or found it helpful, then please like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel where you can watch even more videos, which I upload every week, and I hope to see you all in the next video.